we're looking at two January 6th trials. One is in D.C., and that one can go to sedition, right? They're saying that he engaged in sedition.
Well, they didn't charge him with that, but, the statute, even in Florida, the statute under which he was charged is called the Espionage Act, but he didn't commit espionage. He didn't commit sedition. But they're trying to invoke the 14th Amendment. They're trying to get convictions in D.C. or in Fulton County so that they can then say the 14th Amendment operates. The 14th Amendment says that if you engaged in sedition or rebellion or et cetera, it was designed for the Civil War, obviously, then you cannot be the president of the United States. And if
you've engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same, the Constitution, or given aid and comfort to the enemies thereof, Congress, by a vote of 2/3 of each house, could remove such a disability. But you're not supposed to. I mean, really? Rebellion? I guess maybe they're going for the aid or comfort to the enemies.
They are. But remember, too, that Republicans could come back and say sanctuary cities, the people who are involved in sanctuary cities, are involved in rebellion and insurrection. They're saying we will not obey the law of the United States. We will rescue our immigrants. And, I am emotionally supportive of that. But you can argue that's an act of insurrection or rebellion. It's a refusal to apply federal law and to follow federal law. You can say that the acts that were done after the horrible shooting of George Floyd, some of the violence that took place on the West Coast, were acts of insurrection and rebellion. The problem with that 14th Amendment argument is there's no mechanism. There is a mechanism for undoing it, but there's no mechanism for actually concluding whether or not President Trump gave aid and comfort to an insurrection or rebellion. Professor Tribe, my former colleague, says, well, it's self-enforcing. Any Secretary of State can do that. So the Secretary of State of Michigan can decide who the next president of the United States is by keeping Trump off the ballot? It's absurd. The framers of the Constitution would never have tolerated something like that. They made it so hard to impeach. You think they're going to make it easy to prevent somebody from serving as president? No.